the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Coming up on the news at noon, new details emerging after an abducted woman is killed. What led up to the shootout with troopers. And later, the Frederick County Sheriff indicted in a plan to acquire machine guns illegally. What happens next? And good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Shanika Grimshaw in for Mark Hall. Taking a look outside, it's quiet now, but we could be in for some hazardous weather. Meteorologist Damon Matson joins us with the latest check on the forecast. Hey, Damon.
Hey, Shanika. Yeah, we are indeed looking at some active weather possible this afternoon, the first of the season here with some severe weather. Let's go ahead and look at that severe outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. We're right on the very edge here, folks. The yellow indicating that level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather. This was just upgraded very early this morning. We were expecting this to come through, and there you go. Right along the I-95 corridor into D.C., parts of Northern Virginia, and then all of Southern Maryland included in that level 2 out of 5 risk. And then as you go back to the north and west, we have also parts of Loudoun, Montgomery counties within that chance for severe weather. So not everyone is going to see severe thunderstorms today. We're likely only to see a few, but they could still be impactful as they roll through. Now, this is what is a little bit concerning here. The atmosphere is starting to get primed for that thunderstorm development. We had a lot of clouds keeping things calm and quiet this morning, but those clouds, they've broken up. We're getting a little bit of sunshine, warming things up, adding that fuel to the sky for those storms to start to fire up. And here's your trigger for those storms. This cold front, a very strong cold front that is gradually working right through the heart of the DMV and 4-state region as we speak. And as that continues to move east, it's going to lift up and spark up those thunderstorms as we get into the afternoon hours. So we're good for the next few hours up until about 3 o'clock. From 3 p.m. onward into the evening, that is when we're most likely to see those thunderstorms developing, and those will be moving from west to east. Right about that evening commute time is when a lot of those showers and storms will be crossing I-95 and the D.C. metro. So you're just going to want to stay weather aware and keep an eye to the sky as we get into the later afternoon hours. Any storms that turn severe here, our main concern is going to be damaging wind gusts up to 60, if not 65 miles an hour, as these things are going to be booking it off to the east. Some hail and possibly some heavier rainfall. Also, some other minor threats we will keep an eye out for with these severe storms. Now, what is that exact timing going through the rest of the day that you can expect to see those severe thunderstorms in your backyard? We'll have a full check of your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Damon. We're learning more information about a deadly officer-involved shooting that happened on I-95 late Wednesday night. Virginia State Police have now identified the woman passenger who died. They believe it was this woman you see here on your screen, Tatiana David, who was reported as a missing person in New York yesterday morning. Police also say the driver was a wanted abduction suspect. DC News Now's Lex Juarez has the latest update from the scene.
A shootout between the driver and state troopers happened right over there on the side of I-95 southbound and led to the highway being closed overnight and traffic congestion. Virginia State Police have identified the driver as a 34-year-old man from North Chesterfield, Virginia. He was hurt in the shootout and was taken to Inova Fairfax Hospital. The passenger, 34-year-old Tatiana David, died at the scene. David was reported missing in Ithaca, New York earlier this week. VSP says the driver was the wanted abduction suspect in that case. Well, before the driver crashed the car into the woods and started to shoot, troopers tried to pull him over because of improper registration and incorrect license plates. The driver sped away and ended up crashing about 20 miles down the interstate. Troopers say as they approached the car, the suspect started shooting at them, and they shot back. The suspect has life-threatening injuries and is being treated. No police were injured in the shooting, and the troopers involved are on administrative leave. VSP is now working with New York law enforcement on the abduction case. Charges are pending at this time. In Prince William County, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
Police are investigating after two shootings that happened blocks away from each other. The first one took place before 3 this morning near the Benning Road Metro Station. One man was injured in that shooting and was taken to the hospital. The second happened 2 minutes later, just a few blocks away. Now, authorities say a man was injured in that shooting, and so far, no word on either victim's condition. Police say the two shootings are not related.
Put her in the rescue position, started putting pressure on the wound, and just try to keep talking to her. Turns out she was 12 years old.
So the man you just heard from helped an injured girl in Northeast after she was shot. We had a chance to speak with him about what happened that night. Last Saturday night, a group of kids are seen walking down an alley. All of a sudden, they start running, and one of the girls gets shot. A few minutes later, a man runs to help after hearing the shots and screams. That man says he is upset with what he sees happening in D.C.
I think this is just kind of a trend across the city lately. It's really unfortunate. I can't understand why anybody would shoot a child, 12-year-old child at that.
Police say they got a call a short time later for another shooting. That call led them to a 13-year-old boy who was shot. Police say that boy was the first victim's boyfriend. Both are expected to be okay. Now, police are searching for the man who stabbed and killed another man near a Metro bus in Wheaton, Maryland. It happened yesterday afternoon near University Boulevard West and Amherst Avenue. Police say two men started arguing on the Metro bus, and according to authorities, the argument then spilled out on the streets. Montgomery County Police are asking anyone with information to contact them. And we're also hearing from the family of a 21-year-old Tanner Cook. He is a victim of a shooting, and he was shot at Dulles Town Center over the weekend. They say he is now out of the ICU. Tanner's father, Jeremy Cook, says Tanner was filming a video at the mall for his YouTube comedy channel, where he often does pranks, and that's when he was allegedly shot by Alan Coley on Sunday. Coley was denied bond on Wednesday, and Cook says many people are critical of his son. He had this message for them.
The guy that shot my son, I forgive. My son was out there trying to have fun and do a YouTube video. He's a good kid. He's not, and maybe everybody says that about their kid or whatever, but my son is a good kid.
Coley's next court appearance is set for May 3rd. And several D.C. elementary students are recovering after eating gummies laced with an unknown controlled substance. Assistant Principal Jennifer Green sent an email to parents. She said a student shared gummies with other students at Key Elementary School. Students went to the nurse's office feeling sick. 5 students were taken to the hospital. People around the DMV are looking for solutions surrounding kids and edibles. A lot of edibles are designed to look like everyday snacks. Now, a new Virginia law bans the manufacturing and sale of THC products in certain shapes that might appeal to children. Brian Schultz, a physician at Children's National, gave us some advice. If you think your child ate a marijuana-infused edible, call Poison Control. Watch for symptoms like seizure-like activities, not being able to wake up, or trouble breathing. If you see any of these, call 911. Among the biggest tips what to do before anything happens, talk to your children about why it's important to not take any substances at all. If adults in the house have any, make sure they're stored safely. And Frederick County's longtime sheriff is staying on the job despite facing a criminal charge for trying to illegally buy machine guns. Sheriff Chuck Jenkins and businessman Robert Kropp are facing charges for conspiracy and making false statements. Officials say they falsified multiple documents requesting machine guns for evaluation at the sheriff's office. The indictment says Kropp offered political support to Jenkins for helping him get those machine guns. The sheriff's office says Jenkins will remain as sheriff throughout the investigation. He is responding to the investigation with a statement. It reads, Quote, I have been in constant communication with the DOJ and Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives for over a year and have been 100% cooperative throughout the course of this investigation. He continues, I will continue to serve as your sheriff as this process plays out and fully expect my duties, correctional officers, and staff to remain true professionals they are. And a warning for parents, a new TikTok trend involving bubble gum sent 10 Massachusetts students to the hospital. The gum contains the same active ingredient as pepper spray. It's police pepper spray, and it's called Trouble Bubble. It can be bought online, and it has the same heat rating as one of the hottest peppers in the world. For some students, just touching the gum meant a trip to the hospital.
I've been a bus driver for about 20 years, and it's the first time anything like this has ever happened.
Parents are being asked to talk to their children about accepting candy from other students. They're also asked to warn their kids about the dangers of social media challenges. And Governor Moore announced nearly $92 million in funding for broadband access. It would stress internet access across Maryland. Nearly 15,000 homes are expected to benefit, and it was made through Connect Maryland, an initiative that would close the digital divide across the state. Governor Moore said internet access is essential for people in Maryland to have a pathway to receive critical information, be involved with their communities, and participate in the local economy. And good news for TV lovers. Some canceled shows can now be accessed again thanks to a deal between HBO, Roku, and Tubi, and it's free. On the ad-supported Roku and Tubi services, you can watch these shows here: Westworld, Raised by Wolves, The Nevers, Head of Class, and My Big Fat American Gypsy Wedding, along with others.